Here's one thing for sure. An amazing real estate agent who closes lots and lots and lots of transactions will make it look easy. It's anything but easy. To get a house from the contract with a buyer all the way to the closing table, a great realtor will make it look seamless, will make it look easy, will make it look like there are no problems along the way. But I guarantee you, getting a home all the way to the closing table where you, the seller, have a check in your hand for the proceeds of the sale doesn't happen easily. And I have heard horror stories from people who have used a real estate agent and from people who have sold their houses for sale by owner. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things that could prevent you from getting to the closing table. And then I'm going to talk about why I close 99.9% of my deals that go under contract. All right, first and foremost, if you are selling for sale by owner and you accept a purchase agreement, some people call it a contract, you accept a contract on your home and you do not verify if the buyer has been pre-approved by their bank or if they're paying cash, do they have proof of funds, right? One of those two things needs to occur before you accept a purchase agreement or a contract, because I guarantee you, I've seen it over and over and over again where people think they can afford to buy a home, or they think they're getting some settlement money, and lots of times that never comes to pass. All right, so whether you are working with a real estate agent or you are selling your home for sale by owner, I would never accept a contract or a purchase agreement from anyone that doesn't have proof that they can buy the home. So that means if they're getting financed, they have an official pre-approval letter that is up to date, not one that is from last year, one that is 6 months ago. If they're paying cash and they say to you, I'm waiting on a settlement, listen, I get that call very regularly where people say, listen, I want to start house hunting because I'm waiting for settlement money to come through. And this is what I say. When the money hits your bank and it's in the bank and you can prove that you have the cash, then we will go house hunting. And it's very, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Louisiana is ranked the #1 litigious state in all 50 states, which means, sadly, we rank the highest for the most lawsuits. We are the most sue-friendly state out of all 50 states. That's pretty sad. So if I get the call and someone says, I want to go look at the house you just listed because I'm getting a settlement soon, well, we'll schedule that showing when the money hits your bank and you have proof of funds. And until then, we're not wasting anyone's time waiting for some magic money to come through, all right? Number 2, something lots of people do not realize is that as the buyer, you have the right to have the house inspected by anyone that you choose to. So if you're a seller, the smartest thing that you can do is get your home as free from problems that an inspector will find as humanly possible. So if you know you have a water leak, if you know you have faulty wiring, if you know you have a cracked window, if you know your staircase is missing handrails, listen, all those kinds of things are going to get flagged by an inspector, and all of those kinds of things are red flags to the buyer that you didn't do a very good job of taking care of your home while you owned it. That's not the position that you want to be in. As the seller, you always want to give the best first impression, and that impression is that when you were living in your home, you took great care of it, right? Lots and lots and lots of deals fall through because buyers believe that they're buying a home that is pretty much perfect. Well, there's no such thing as a perfect home. And that's why you align yourself with a real estate agent who can make sure and educate the buyers that there is no such thing as a perfect home, but pretty much 99% of things are repairable, right? Number 3, I see lots of deals fall through. I hear lots of deals fall through. I have never had it happen, actually, and I've closed probably now over 550 transactions. Appraisal. Realtors don't know the market. Some people don't know the market. They think they know how much their house is worth, and if it's under contract and it doesn't appraise, the only way that the buyer can get the loan is if the seller agrees to lower the price. I have in 6.5 years had one mobile home that didn't appraise. Every single thing else that I have listed has appraised. And they just do because I know the market. So you could lose a deal over appraisal. That's something to know. If you're listing your home, this is a misconception that many people have, and that is that you have to have it appraised before you list it. You absolutely do not. And if you're working with a real estate agent who knows the market, then they will tell you that you do not need to waste your money on an appraisal. It is the buyer's responsibility, if they're getting a loan, to have it appraised, right? So there are so many things that can prevent your home from the onset getting it under contract and getting it all the way to the closing table. The smartest thing that you can do is be very, very, very proactive. And if you don't have the time, energy, or effort to deal with showings and appraisals and inspections and all the things, align yourself with a real estate agent in your area. If they do an amazing job, you should have more money in your pocket at the closing table than you could have ever done by yourself. Why? Because they're the expert and they know the market. That happens every day. All right. Y'all have a fabulous Friday, a great weekend, and remember this: there are no stupid questions when it comes to real estate. The only way you'll learn is if you ask your questions. Y'all have a great day. Take care.